Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? What?
Nothing.
You got anything to say?
No.
Okay. Why not?
I'm still trying to get home from work. I can't see any comments.
Yeah, no. I'm working on it. Sorry.
It's okay. How's everybody doing? Jasmine said, "Got my thumbs up in." I see that.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
I'll read these comments that came in earlier.
But before we start, hit the thumbs up and subscribe and hit the bell notification. But okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I need a drink. I apologize. All right. Skynet says, "Good evening from Western Mass. I've got a quail that has laid mostly white egg with a little brown dye just at the end. 3 eggs this week, no spots. Any idea? She is 6 months old." I don't know if are we frozen? Or am I just like that delayed?
I don't know. It's not frozen here.
All right. We're not frozen, am I? Anybody?
Just kidding.
Sorry.
But as far as
says we see him fine. All right, answer the question. Sorry.
I kind of forgot what it was now.
Right here. Got a quail that laid mostly white eggs with a little brown dye just at the end. 3 eggs this week, no spots. Any idea why? 6 months old.
Well, I mean, generally they lay the same pattern their entire life. Like just a general pattern. Like it's not always gonna be exactly the same. And I don't know if maybe your bird just went through like a molt or something. But those like our chickens, for instance, or like celadons at the beginning of their laying after a molt, it'll be more like potent colored, I guess, and then it'll fade until their next molt, and then all of a sudden it picks up again. So it sounds like her pattern is probably the same. It's just getting more faded. So hopefully she'll possibly molt out or take a break from laying, and then pick back up to the pattern that you're used to. That would be my guess.
All right. Jasmine says, "Howdy, hey, tuning in from Southwest Missouri." Hello, Jasmine. Thanks for showing up. S.L. Swanson says, "Hi from Memphis. Tune in for a little WTF talk." Thanks. Verna says, "Evening, everybody." Evening, Verna.
Verna is she set to, yeah.
Yeah, she's a moderator. You can see she's blue. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Verna. We appreciate it. So we don't have any weirdos popping in again.
And she can post links for me.
Yes.
And I don't have to sit here and like look down and look all weird.
Verna's the best.
She's awesome. Just give a thumbs up for her. Jasmine says, "What's the next project plan for WTF?" Luke and I are huge fans of repurpose, reuse, recycle, and are planning to turn our camper tiny house into a breeder/brewer house. That's awesome.
That's cool.
Plans are in the works.
I definitely would love to see that.
Neat. So I actually this last weekend built a dog house for our corgi out of pallets and sawn. My brain's just shot.
I don't know what word you're looking for.
I know.
You. But basically, like
they're the trimmings and bark pieces from cutting lumber that I got as firewood, but I just use those to fill the holes of the pallets. And I was thinking about putting in a video, just kind of like an updated things we've done. There's a lot of stuff we've done, and we haven't recorded videos, and some of it's interesting. So,
yeah.
But yeah, that's the latest thing I've done with recycle, reuse stuff. So
It's funny too, like as far as there's always a struggle between like, should we record it or do we even have time to record it? Because like Chris from Slightly Redneck said while we were at QuailCon, he's like, yeah, okay, so you can do this thing, or you can make it last, or take 3 times longer and record it, like because it does take longer.
It's at least double amount of time to do it if you want to record and talk about it or show it or whatever.
But her little doghouse is cute. It kind of looks like a log cabin. It's super neat. I want to make like a little sign for her. This is Chateau de Latte. Her name is Latte. I'm a nerd, I know.
So Swanson was asking if Verna got her hatching eggs yet. And Verna says, yes, I have 23 hatchlings.
Awesome.
They're a week old on Friday.
I think she said she had pansy fees. I remember that. Most likely some jumbos if I know Verna.
Jasmine says they lived in the tiny house thingy for 3 years while they built their home.
Ooh. And
it's just been sitting around unused for a year. We also are converting an old beer fridge into an incubator using Terry and Dennis's idea. I'm excited. That's cool. That's awesome.
You were just eyeballing up some like old fridges and stuff, but the one was like huge. I'm like, I don't even know where we would put that. Like,
yeah, she just got back to me. That lady did, and she said it's still available. I haven't responded, but it's like it's an hour and a half away. But I still think we should get it because I think it'd be a really good hatcher.
Was that the tall one or the like really wide?
The wide one,
giant one.
But you can use it as like a counter on top,
true.
Which is nice.
It's put the incubator on top of it.
But it's just it's down below. So I mean, to clean it and everything, you'd have to get on the ground.
I would have to get on the ground.
So yeah. Anywho. Where am I? What's WTG mean?
Way to go.
Oh, way to go. Okay, I'm not well versed in the language. Sorry.
But yet last week you knew what away from keyboard was. I guess between the two of us we'll get the acronyms like WTF, WTG, AFK.
Jasmine said, hey Verna, how are the hatchlings and baiter eggs coming along? Ed said hi to Verna. Verna said, got more eggs in the incubator, not due for lockdown until the 8th. Sounds like everybody's got eggs in the incubator. We got tons of eggs in the incubator right now. I don't know how many eggs I stuck in there the other day.
And then you know what
like another 300. Shut up.
You know what he did? He got a bunch of eggs from my shire in the egg auctions. I'm not complaining. I mean, it sounds like I am.
Stuff I wanted.
Not. Yeah.
I wanted from to build up different things that we don't have.
Yeah. I texted Zach. I'm like, I need, and like he was on the chat too, and I was like, we need to have a talk, Zach. I'm like, I need more eggs. Like I need a hole in the head. Secretly though, like Brandon got them because he knows I want them, so it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I have no idea where I'm at. Oh, you're to your thing now. Got your thumbs up in. So look at that. We can do this stuff.
Up.
Look at that fancy work.
Yeah, I changed the color to be like our.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I already read that one, but I wanted to show you where I was. Vernon says, hey, Kristen and Brandon, all is well. Good to know. And Jasmine said hello as well. And then JC said OOD and glad to see you guys.
I don't know what OOD means.
End of day?
I don't know.
Is it end of day? Oh man, our acronyms, you guys. Jessie Mills says, good evening, everyone. Good evening. And then Verna is just telling everybody, yep, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, notification bell, and
select it all. Click all the things.
All the things. And then Ed said, yeah, he can see us fine, so that's good.
Alrighty.
And then Ed.
Out of ink, LOL.
Yeah, I like that one. That's probably what happened. We've got Dale in the house from Dale's Quails. Howdy, everyone. Great night for a fire here in Wisconsin. Yes,
it is. I actually seen Dale logging earlier on when I was just dinking around, and Dale commented and said he saved his spot at like 4:30 or something like that. And I was like, it's a little early to comment.
It's the equivalent of like putting your blanket out at a parade or something. He's like, this is my spot. You can't sit here.
Yep.
Candy's mine.
Terry's here. Hey, guys. Hello, Terry.
Everybody's saying hello to Terry.
Oh, you missed the Ed's comment.
Time to change the ink cartridge. I already said that, didn't I?
No.
Where was that one? Was that up here?
Yeah, there was a different one.
Oh.
He said the ink was out, and then now he said time to change the ink
cartridge.
Oh,
I see. Okay. Yes.
Yep.
Sorry. Slow. It's been a long day. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. All the thumbs up and hellos. Ed said words are hard. They sure are.
Thanks.
And Jasmine said first and second cuts from Lumber Mill. We did the same thing for our OG chicken coop. Love it. Yeah, it looks super cool. I love it.
It is. Yeah, it's cool. I bought it. Some guy up here was selling big, huge bundles for, I don't know, I think it was like $20. They're 4 foot long by, whatever. And it was quiet, you.
You didn't exactly know what I'm going to say.
But they were huge bundles.
What did we learn about the tractor when lifting giant bundles of wood, Brandon?
I should have had forks earlier.
No, you should have had the wraps up.
No, I should have had forks earlier. Just you be quiet.
He almost died. Like, I actually was...
I did not die.
No, I said almost.
But I did not almost anything.
Palpitations. So he was lifting this giant bundle up off the truck, and he didn't have his rollover protection system bar things up on the tractor, and all of a sudden it was like going over, and I'm like, ah! And he like, slammed it down so everything like dropped to like help with the center of gravity, and then he was fine. But I'm like, oh my gosh, like the rollover protection system thingies weren't up. Like, yeah, my heart.
Whatever.
Always put up your wraps.
Let's see.
Verna says, one way to repurpose all that you use, take your food bags, open them up lengthwise, and use it to line your poop trays. That's a really good idea. We actually use ours. They make really excellent garbage bags.
Feed bags, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then she said, yeah, you can just trim them to fit. Use a piece of double-sided tape to keep it in place. Makes cleaning a breeze. Yes. That's actually a good idea. So I've been using just like cheap, like store brand paper towel when we were using like the Sterilite tubs for brooders, and that worked really well so that the poop and stuff didn't stick, but I bet that would work really good too. And yeah, Verna said she has pansy fee, hatchlings, growl fee in the incubator. I love growl fees. Have jumbo wilds and jumbo white wing pharaohs in the breeder pens. Excellent. Yeah, I like the white wings. They're pretty. I could send you both a cheat sheet. Oh, yes. She's going to school us on our acronyms.
Huh?
She says she's going to send us a cheat sheet.
Oh. Sorry.
Jasmine.
Quail math? What's quail math?
Oh, it's like...
There's no such thing.
Way worse than chicken math. It's way worse.
You just get eggs and you hatch things and you keep them.
No, he meant good, LOL. I don't know.
Oh, the ode, whatever.
Oh, good. End of day. I thought end of day was a pretty good guess. Oh, jeepers. Dale said, sorry guys, made some videos today, so phone is about dead. FYI, doing videos does make tasks 3 times longer. It sure does. Well, I hope you had fun today and got accomplished what you're planning to accomplish. Yeah, what were you doing? I'm excited to see. Ed said, I'm thinking of strongly culling my flock for the winter as I can't get out to feed them now and wife hates messing with the birds. Going to give a few to a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like after I had surgery, him and the kids were like taking care of all the babies.
I was about ready to release them.
So many brooders.
It's 17 totes.
Yeah. And I was like zero help. Like I couldn't bend over or lift anything. Yeah.
It was literally taking me an hour to go through all the brooder totes and feed and water, and that was just feeding water.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I needed to clean them, that was like a 3 or 4 hour process.
I appreciate you.
Anyways, yeah, Ed talked to me about getting rid of his quail. He asked me about the friend that he wants to give them to, wants to put them inside with the chickens.
I know some people do.
Yeah.
I feel like chickens might be kind of mean.
That's what I told him. I said, just watch out for, in case they're picking on them or whatever, because of the small size compared to the chickens. But otherwise, you know, yeah, I've seen some people.
I feel like a quail could probably hold its own though, because they're pretty cutthroat though too.
And they can always fly.
Yeah.
And he said it was like a enclosed area. So
yeah, it's worth a shot. Just keep a good eye on them.
Supplemental lighting.
Yeah. So Jasmine said, "What's your favorite supplemental lighting for high moonshine for laying quail during daylight savings, less light days? How long do you leave the lights on daily and months?" So
16 hours.
Yeah, 16 to 18.
About 16 hours. He's watching over you. He's like, you better do a good job. Oh, he's reaching out.
He is. Oh my gosh.
Sorry. I have really bad ADD right now.
Yeah, me too. Verna says she reads fluent typos.
Taiwanese.
Oh, Taiwanese.
Gosh.
I can't read anything, apparently.
Just one chicken, Ed. I'm sorry, I'm skipping ahead.
Oh, sorry. You have to be a great mod. Yes. You have to be a great mod. See, I can't read. I just shouldn't be allowed to talk right now. And then Ed said, yeah, his friend only has one chicken. So it would probably be okay then, because it's not like the chickens are going to gang up on the quail. If anything, I might be a little concerned that the quail would gang up on the chicken.
I would just tell your friend, get rid of the chicken and just keep the quail. Because quail are way better than chickens.
They are. Quail are the new chicken. They're better than chickens.
They're funnier to watch. They're better to listen to. And I don't know, their eggs are awesome. They taste way better. Their meat
eggs and the meat. Yeah.
The meat is awesome. Tastes good. And they reproduce so much faster. So quail are the best thing you could have. Get quail.
Get rid of the chicken. Get quail.
Sorry.
I like my chickens though too.
I'll get off my soapbox again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna. Well, I mean, so we've been working on like the feather sexing videos and stuff, and we'll go through all those. But then, you know, Jasmine was asking like what our next project would be about like DIY stuff, and I think we're gonna maybe record our next brooder build, because we were starting to record it, and then our GoPro shut down because it was too hot. It was really frustrating, and then by that time you can see the frustration on my face because I have no poker face, so you can totally see that I'm like PO'd. And then I'm like, okay, well, we can't use this footage now, so whatever. So we just need to probably re-record that, and then I'm hoping here soon that we can do our quail barn tour video. There's some other things that need to be done on the barn yet, but I feel like that can probably, like, I can record the video before that because that's not as big of a deal. Like, I got the big stuff done, like the stuff that, well, I mean, the other stuff matters too, but you're very distracting. I got the things I wanted to get done. So, oh man, I'm behind now. Okay. Verna said, by the time one chicken is old enough to lay, you could be eating 6th generation of quail. Yes, that's true.
Quail are awesome.
Yes. Row S says, I have a cage full of hens. They turned on their rooster. After seeing Michael Rose pics of roos on coturnix corn last night, I realized I have a brown roo, no gender chest. Oh, I see what you mean.
So
yeah, you brown instead of like the Pharaoh. It's like the JMF. Yeah. And like on the Southwest Game Birds website, Michael put it together, but under the brown description, I think he even says like brown is a color that like everybody has, but they don't realize that they have because it's really hard to tell. So I'm glad you like figured it out though. That's cool. Jasmine said, can you clarify the extra lighting hours for birds indoors versus outdoor? I have 100 in a half open, half covered aviary with southern exposure and 3 stacked grow outs that are outside. What did you just do? I wasn't done.
They're outside.
But
are outside and not nearly the
amount of light like the aviary, so it's like they're indoors.
So I just aim for 14 to 16 hours a day of light, even if they're outside or indoors.
Yeah, so if it's dark but they're outside, like maybe get a light, but make sure it's like more like eye level with them, so it actually gets in the cage.
Well, if they're in cages, yeah. I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, the picture of tonight's live, the thumbnail, is I just put lights up on mine, outdoor quail hutch.
The little fairy lights.
And they're okay. Actually, the picture shows that it's a lot brighter than it is. They're a little dark. I think a little brighter.
I did that so that you could see better. Here's the like unedited. Oh, this is really hard. I don't know what I'm doing.
Life's hard.
It is hard. I'm sorry, you guys.
See, that looks really bright, but it's not very bright at all. So
it was very like, I don't know. It set the mood. Like it was just like they seem so chill and relaxed.
They don't require a whole lot of extra light, but that's not a lot of extra light at all.
That's not enough.
Yeah, it needs to be slightly a little brighter. But those are automatic, so they turn on at dusk, and so they extend the daylight hours. And they're solar powered lights, which are kind of nice. But yeah.
And then Ed said that one chicken his friend has, it's a super friendly female chicken. She has pigeons also in their own cage. Interesting. I always thought pigeons were kind of cool. At some of the swaps, we see the like fantail ones, and like there's some that like their tails kind of look like lace. They're super pretty. Have you seen those? They're like I think they're called fantails or something. And it was like, okay, I'm sorry.
I have really bad ADD. I think I'm telling you, I can't pay attention to anything. So I was thinking about what Verna said in the comments while you were talking about whatever you're talking about.
Are you reading ahead?
Yeah.
Verna said, inside or outside, they need 16 hours of light. You can always put it inside the covering of the aviary. Good idea.
She also said that just enough light to read that you can read by. And yeah, that's correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like blinding bright.
No. Sorry, we're skipping around. Dale said his phone died.
Videos
are for YouTube. They have a YouTube, just 0 videos. All right.
Hey, you have
to start somewhere.
You have to record the videos to upload the videos. So, that's
then you start with 0 subscribers, and then you get somewhere. Mm-hmm. I don't know how, but thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks for subscribing. Hit the like button.
And the bell.
Comment. Let us know what we're doing wrong.
Dale said that they use solar 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. September 1st to April 1st. So that's what? I can't math. 12, 16. What? Don't judge me.
I knew it was 16.
Your eyebrows are super judgy.
Well, I just know it's 16 because when I do my gardening and growing in the spring, early spring, in my grow tent, the plants get 18 hours of light. So stuff comes on at 4 a.m. It shuts off at 10.
Instead of 6 and 10?
Yes.
I just have to bring up the grow tent. When you tell people you have a grow tent, they don't think about vegetables. I'll just leave it at that. And I'm like, no, you can open it. It smells like peppers in there.
It's just a grow tent.
It is a grow tent, but people, yeah.
I grow vegetables.
Verna said, with 6 planets in retro, no wonder you have problems.
What?
I don't know.
I'm confused.
Oh, like astrology stuff. I don't really know that stuff. I don't really follow that, but I do know like the tides
duckweed
and all the stuff. What show is that? Somebody finally freaking mentioned duckweed, and all I could think of was like, oh my god, Ed is gonna be like through the roof. What was
I don't
that?
know. It's one of the live shows.
I don't know
On
if
somebody's
it was
challenge.
Terry or my shirt. I don't remember who
I
it
don't
was.
remember, but somebody, they mentioned duckweed.
And I was like, oh my god, Ed.
Yep.
Dale said, yeah, we have one in our basement set up as a hydro grow up. 75 buckets. Always get looks when we tell people. Yeah, I can imagine.
75 buckets hydroponic.
Of what? What do you grow? I'm just curious. What?
I know that to me sounds worse than what me having a little 2x4 grow tent.
Yeah.
But
anyways. That's awesome though. That's pretty cool. We don't have a basement. Yeah. For some weird reason.
The guy built this house. It's because he built this house by his own bare hands, and he didn't dig a basement. He just laid a slab of cement down.
He also didn't use a level
or a square.
That, yeah. Some of the ceilings, like in the shower,
some of the walls in general
go
up at an angle.
It's all right. We've got a roof over our head. We can't complain.
Yeah.
So.
It's all right. Anywho's.
Verna says Dale is growing duckweed. And he said he's got 40 tomatoes, 10 sweet peas, 10 beans, 10 cucumbers, and 5 squash.
That's awesome.
That's a lot of tomatoes.
What's your electric bill like? What kind of grow lights do you have? I'm intrigued.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes when I come home
do you have full spectrum grow lights?
Sometimes when I come home from work, you can kind of see like he has like this bright pink.
Well, the purple one was my old light that I had from like 5 years ago, because that was like that was the thing. You'd have your, blue and red light, and then now recently is the full spectrum LED lights, which I just bought one this year, and that thing's awesome.
So that's supposed to be purple? It looks pink to me.
Oh. Well, yeah, the other one's, it's a pinkish purple, whatever.
Like a fuchsia.
Yeah, that's the old technology.
It's very
kind of like that color.
It's very bright though. Like
it was a 50 watt LED.
Like out from the road, I'm like, whoa, what is that?
I still use that in combination with the 200 watt grow light, full spectrum grow light.
He says he has 6 tubs with 220 carrots or 220 radish each. Holy mackerel. Ed said, are you using the
cracky method?
Cracky?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
It's the hydroponic. So you have a tub and the water is in there, and it's not recirculating water. It is
stagnant?
Yes. And then you have an air pump that pumps air into the
So what's a Dutch
tub.
bucket?
I don't freaking know what a Dutch bucket is. That one I haven't heard of. I don't know if that's your 2 buckets, kind of like my 2 cup thing that I was doing.
Okay.
That might be the same thing. But anyways.
Dale says,
you have no air pump? You just do the plain cracking method with no air pump? That's cool.
Oh, I'm going out of order. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
So he uses full spectrum LED 4-foot bars, the cracking method with no pump, and the Dutch bucket is a pump.
Oh, okay. See what I don't know.
That's okay. That's why we're here. We're to learn and talk and put our heads together and learn together. And honestly,
I'd say now that you say that, I remember that being a cracking method being no air, no pump, but it doesn't make sense to me. Like, you need that air. Like, I don't know, from the stuff I've done and stuff I've watched, the air pump helps a lot. But
and then Dale said correct, old school minus the lights. I watched too much YouTube.
too much.
Oh, too much. Oh my goodness.
He
corrected it, yeah. Plants grow air roots naturally. Interesting. I'm sure you know all that. He's our resident grower man. But yeah, like we don't claim to be experts by any means or anything like that, but we just want to kind of
anything.
We just kind of want to share like what I do know. Like, I don't want to keep it all to myself. Like, I want to help other people and like promote homesteading and self-sufficiency and like providing for your family, not being reliant on others. And like, there's obviously nothing wrong with going to the store and whatever. Like, you can't grow everything, but I feel like there's a lot of things out there that maybe seem like trying to help with self-sufficiency, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. We're not doing this, I guess. I just want, like, we're not doing this to be like famous or make money or whatever. Like, obviously we have bills to pay, but I really just want to share what we know. And like, I'm really excited.
So I don't make money off of YouTube.
I know we don't.
So.
But I'm just saying, like, that's not the goal.
No.
Like, we just want to share what we do know. And like, I'm very enthusiastic and passionate about Quail and providing for yourself and your family. And it excites me. So I want to like share that with people. That's all I really want. So
I enjoy talking to you guys. Mm-hmm. You're all my friends I don't have.
Oh, they're our friends. They're just virtual friends.
That's what I said. They're all my friends that I don't actually have. Because I don't actually have friends.
Oh my goodness, you guys. You're so weird.
I am weird. Sorry.
Oh my goodness. Ed said that his interests are wide and varied. I've noticed, but that's kind of cool. So are Brandon's. Brandon's like that too. Vern said, the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. That's correct.
That's why I said I don't know anything. Yeah. I know a lot, but I don't know anything.
Jack of all trades and master of none. Isn't that the saying? You're really good at like almost everything you try, though. It's actually kind of obnoxious.
Yeah, she hates me because anything I can do anything, almost anything, and not done it before, and I'm pretty good at it.
Like, it won't be perfect or whatever, but it'll be like better than somebody else's first try. And I'm just like, seriously? Like beginner's luck or whatever, that's just him. But it's not luck. Like, he's just good at it for some reason. It's really weird.
Yeah. Anywho.
Tracy is checking in. She says, good evening, everyone. Hello,
Thanks
Tracy.
For joining.
How are you liking your shirts? I hope you got them all right and everything.
She bought shirts?
QuailCon shirts. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember. Mm-hmm. I just remember taking packages of a bunch of packages.
I think I snuck a sticker in there for you too, if I remember right.
Yeah, we have no stickers left, so.
I've been like, Oprah, you get a sticker, and you get a sticker.
Yeah, I have to order more.
Stickers for everybody. Chad is checking in. He says, hope all are well. Yes, thank you. You as well. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for coming. Dale said, I mean, you're technically family, so yes, that is true. Like, weirdly not related, but
related, sort of.
Yeah, like, it's just through marriage, but it's funny, like, small world. And what are the chances that, like, not only are we both into quail, but they're coturnix quail? Because a lot of people up here have like bob whites.
He does bob white.
Yeah, but he also has coturnix.
Yeah.
So he has some good ones. I'm sure the bob whites are fine too. I think they're really pretty. I really like the valley quail with their little things.
How'd that go?
I don't think their feathers on their forehead click, though. That'd be kind of creepy if they did.
Dale.
Oh, do you think he's going to send me some Valley Quail too?
Oh.
Oh, did you read down?
Yeah, just
Okay.
that's fine.
Kristen, the actual saying is jack of all trades, master of his own destiny. Oh, I didn't know that. Ethel Swanson said, don't be hating on his talents. I don't. I'm jealous. That's what it is. I'm just like, seriously. Because I'm the type of person that will try something for the first time and like fail miserably. And then
she'll
get
try
mad.
for the 10th time and still fail.
Not always.
Not always.
It depends on what it is.
There's good chances sometimes.
Tracy,
I'm not trying to be mean, right?
It just comes naturally.
Yeah, I'm a jerk all the time. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Tracy says she did get them. Thank you. You're very welcome. I'm glad we were able to get you some. I know you really wanted to come to QuailCon, so hopefully next year things work out good and you're feeling better. Jasmine says, sorry, I went MIA. Had to put turkeys, geese, and chickens away. Thanks for all the lighting suggestions. All. Yes, it's funny when we're ready to pack up the animals and whatever, we always say we're putting the farm to bed. What do you guys call it? Like when you have to go like close down the farm, or like, do you say putting the farm to bed?
Why not?
I'm just curious what other people like.
I'm curious what other people say too, but yeah, that's what we say. We put the farm to bed.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, okay, so when like our kids are growing up now that we don't have a diaper bag, but we got into the habit of calling the diaper bag a D bag. And then like one time we were in public and I was like, oh, where's the D bag? And like all these people turned around and looked at me super weird. I'm like, oh, I forgot for a minute that people don't say that. So it'd be interesting to, do you just want to drive?
Yeah, I love driving.
I know you do. He doesn't like riding shotgun.
Oh, yep.
And Brandon said, yes, buttons.
No, not at all. I love my WTF sticker. I added it onto my coturnix corner coffee travel mug. That's cool.
Sweet.
What did I do to my picture? I added chat so you can see it on the screen. Everybody can see the chat.
Don't worry, he's confusing me too.
I'm confusing everybody.
He didn't tell me what we're doing.
Where are we?
I don't know.
Well, where are you? Right here.
Wait, so now you're like double displaying it though. Stop. Oh my god.
Well, just do that.
Okay. Stop it. See, they don't like it either. We will have V. Oh, we will have Valley next. Oh, really? The little ones?
You're a weirdo.
I would love some.
I don't playing tricks with the camera thing.
I don't know the first thing about them though. I would definitely need to research. Jazz, well, you can read it.
What? Oh, and I got my wood egg trays stained today. Gotta let them cure, and then I'll show them off. That's awesome.
I'm so excited.
Did you sand them first? I forgot to tell you sand them before you stain them.
Oh, why? They probably have more texture without.
Well, because the plastic covers the wood fibers and you can't really stain them without sanding them.
Oh, to like rough it up so it's something to stick to?
Yeah, so the stain soaks in.
That makes sense. Well, if it doesn't stick, she could probably always sand it down and try again.
Yeah, let me know.
What's...
Because, I forgot to tell you that.
The stain wouldn't soak in. And he said, but only as pets. Sorry, WTF. The buttons or the valleys?
The valleys.
Okay. Well, send me pictures. I'll just live through you. Dale said, yep, put the animals to bed. But I mean, you're also from Wisconsin. So maybe other areas call it different. I don't know. See, look, you threw Verna for a loop.
Sorry. I know.
Jasmine, D-bag. Yes.
A tea bag. Yeah, it's a diaper bag.
D-bag, the diaper bag.
It's just a lot easier to say. That's the only reason why I said it.
You know how we struggle with words and stuff?
Well, yeah, that's how it came about. It's like I could not think of the word, what it was, and I was just the D-bag, Yeah.
It's better than get the thing over there next to the whatchamacallit.
Yeah, I used to have a big problem with calling everything a thing. That thing, that thing, or no, that thing. No, that thing. Yep.
You still do that.
I know. I don't do it as much. I recall doing it a lot more.
You have gotten better.
Years ago.
Yeah. I think it's because you stop
I'm
and
a-
like think more before you speak now. Sometimes.
I think.
Ed said, well, now is the time to start preparing. The USA is in for some hard times. Yeah, I think so. Unfortunately.
Everybody is.
Well, and the thing is, like, even if we're not, like, okay, so best case scenario, I lower my food bill, my grocery bill. Okay. Worst case scenario, I have food to feed my family. So either way, like, being prepared, even if there's nothing to be prepared for, like, it's not bad.
One thing that I'm curious, because everybody talks about the higher rising cost of feed. What do you pay for starter feed where you're at? And I'm just curious. Because what we pay isn't, I mean, it's gone up. Don't get me wrong, but like for a 50 pound bag of 28% protein, which is good stuff. I mean, retail cost is, I think, $18.50. That's not what we get it for because we get wholesale, but it's not much more than what it used to be. I think when we first started with that brand in the spring, it was around maybe $15 or $16. So I'm just curious. Let me know if you can.
Oh, wait. Sorry. She said she did scan them. Wait, I clicked on it. I didn't show up. She
Okay.
did scan them.
Cool.
So I'm excited to see them. And she said it took pretty well. Just seems to need longer drying time. I assume it's because of the plastic.
Yep.
Probably, but they look great. Awesome. I'm so excited. Ed, that is why I'm thankful for the triple layer breeder pen. I'm glad.
Yeah, that thing's awesome.
We know when Zach showed it to us, I'm like, oh my God, like of all, like I knew that you of all people would appreciate it and like love it and put it to good use, you know, like its full appreciation would be valued. Dale says he spends $17 for 50-pound starter, $7 for 40-pound layer pellets.
Where do you get that from? Farm and Fleet? Tractor Supply?
Do you feed your quail pellets or crumbles? Do you grind it? I have so many questions.
Yeah. Curious what the layer pellets are for.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know he's got like ducks and stuff though too. So.
The $7 for 40 pounds layer pellets is really cheap.
That is very cheap.
That's cheaper than what we can get it for wholesale.
What's ours? 17% chicken layer.
The chicken layer, it's 40-pound bag. And I think it is. Gosh, I haven't bought it in a while. I want to say it was like $10 wholesale price.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm curious, Dale, do you feed your quail just like chicken layer, or do you have like a higher protein one for your quail? Steve said I pay 18 and change for a 50-pound bag of game feed starter.
Yeah.
So it's about on par,
yeah.
I think it sounds like. Oops. Clicked. Row S says $29 Canadian for game bird feed. Holy mackerel.
So that's, I think, the rough conversion, that's like $21 US.
So that's still pretty high. Verna, 40 pounds, still under $20 for game bird starter. Ed Got Bait says $20 for 40-pound Purina game bird, 30% protein. That's actually not that bad for Purina.
Bad. No.
So that really doesn't seem to have gone up because that's what it was like a little more than a year ago when I was looking at it. Dale said Tractor Supply in Illinois, wholesale, everyone gets pellets at 8 weeks. Ducks get mixed duck/layer feed. No grinding, even bugs eat it fine. Interesting.
I was curious about that because I thought about switching the Quail over to a mini pellet.
I mean, they probably just break it down with their beaks.
I know we get for our layers we get a 20%. They call it a 20% egg mash game bird / chicken layer feed, and that has 20% protein, and I think it was like around 2.75 or 3% calcium, something like that. I don't know. It's pretty good for what they need. So
Steve said, I've seen Millie
mini pellet.
Yeah, that, and I've never gotten any. And then Dale said, yeah, he uses mini pellet. It's really not mini.
Well, it's mini pellet because the big pellets are for goats.
I was gonna say, yeah, like
horses.
The bigger cows, bovines.
Scat.
Yes, bovine scat. I have people at work saying bovine scat.
I'm sure they haven't heard say everything's bovine scat. Anywho.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, so instead of the bull swear word, I say bovine scat because I can say it in front of the kids. I can say it at work. I can say it in front of my boss. I actually said it in front of a district manager once, and he just went like that. And he's like, he just nodded his head. I'm like, okay, well, I didn't get written up. It's a good day. Tracy said, we paid $20 for 50 pounds of Purina game bird, 30% starter grower. So that seems to be, and that's the thing too with Purina. It's probably very, well, with electronics, it's called like MSRP. I don't know if they do that with like
suggested retail price.
Yeah, like I'm guessing Purina is probably pretty like strict on their pricing.
I don't think it is, but.
Jasmine said, my quail layers actually eat mini layer pellets. They don't prefer crumbles, to my surprise. Interesting.
Well, I know our quail prefer the bigger chunks of the crumbles.
Yeah, they leave the small stuff in the bottom.
Yeah, all the small stuff
trough.
They don't eat at all. So that's why it made me think about switching them pellets, but our layer feed doesn't come in pellets. So.
But I wonder if it's because my teens eat ridiculously large-sized starter crumbles. That could be. Ed gets his from Tractor Supply. Dale said, with wholesale prices, it's cheaper for us to get 2 pallets of feed per month from Tractor Supply than to get it from the local mill. I believe it. Chad said he pays $20 for a 40-pound bag of 30% turkey starter at Tractor Supply in my area. Wow. Is that the Purina, I wonder? I don't know what else Tractor Supply sells.
I have no idea.
I feel like I have seen, because I was looking on there. We do not have a Tractor Supply in our area, and it really makes me mad.
Well, we do. It's just there's one. It's a half-hour drive to.
Right. I think there needs to be one in our town. Like there's.
We have Fleet Farm.
But I want Tractor Supply too. I want options, man.
I don't need to go Tractor Supply. Fleet Farm has everything I need.
Tractor Supply has a lot of really cute like farmhouse decor though.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot of stuff that you can't get. Like they'll show it online, but you can't buy it online and ship to home. Like those little chicken Christmas lights. Like they were. Don't look at me like that. They're like chickens. Like, you know, like people have the deer that light up in their yard. There were chickens, but I couldn't order them, and I was really bummed.
It's probably a good thing.
And then Chad, I can't speak. I'm so sorry. Chad said yes. The Purina.
You do.
I do what?
I do what?
Options? Need options. LOL, I've been there, I think. Or I need buttons. I think I need buttons. While we're waiting, Homestead says Purina 50-pound wild game bird starter is $25.50 here in Ohio. Wow. We switched to Kalmbach 50-pound wild flush for $18.50. It's not too bad. Still a little high, I guess, but not bad.
our price for Kalmbach Wild Flush is like $15 or $16 a bag.
But that was
Wholesale.
a 40
But I would-
pound that you saw, I thought.
I think they're 50 pounds. It's
Oh.
the same. It's the same Kalmbach stuff, but
Yeah.
it's a special order for us, and we would have to order
Like
an
a whole...
entire pallet, and we don't use an entire pallet yet. We go through about half a pallet of food a month, I'd say.
But the thing is, that's with like different types. We don't order like...
Yeah. It's a little more than half a pallet of food if you want to include like the starter and the grower stuff.
Yeah.
Or layer.
We were running into the problem too where they like would only have 6 bags of this and 8 bags of that. So we were just like trying to kind of make it work. And so we've got this like mismatch of stuff. But it's weird, like it'll say, I'm sure it's just, you know, some minerals or something that are different, but like the protein, fiber, and calcium would be very, very similar. And I'm like, okay, well, that's the same thing. We'll just get that, you know. But I know Zach uses the Kalmbach and is very happy with it for, I think, the babies. And then he has
a custom built or
milled
custom mixed
for the
layer
adults.
Yeah.
But yeah, he uses Kalmbach. Yeah, options, man. Options. Yeah, everybody's saying they use the Purina Game Bird starter.
Yeah, Dale was telling me about this at QuailCon.
Make friends with Tractor Supply manager and you'll get first dibs.
If I remember correctly, he was gonna make a deal with me on one of those brooders.
Whoa! Wow, that's nuts. They were selling those for like, I think $200 or $250.
$300, something like that. Yeah.
But and everybody's like, oh, why would you buy those when they had such problems? And I'm like, okay, well, for that price, you modify it the way you want it, and then you have like an amazing thing for cheap, you know. Vernon said, when my Growthy hatch, I'll be putting in jumbo wilds into the incubator. Awesome. What incubator do you have, Vernon? Like, how many does it hold?
Just enough.
Good point. Jasmine said, I miss having a farm and fleet. Oh, the other brother. We have Orscheln and Tractor Supply and some smaller local feed hardware stores. No one really carries a good game bird starter near me, and it's frustrating. I can imagine.
Yeah. Well, like, honestly, like Fleet Farm or Farm Fleet, they didn't carry a starter. They did not have a high protein starter at all.
Mm-mm.
And so we were buying it from another company. It's a farm supply store. And, well, they do big farm supply. And then they have a retail store for decorations and stuff. And then they
like
sell some stuff for like pet stuff.
And like songbirds.
They sell Kalmbach and like, I forgot what other brand. And their high protein, I think it was like 24% only. And they wanted like $26 or $27 a bag. And this was back in like, I don't know, January or last year sometime.
Yeah, it was like last.
And
fall.
Yeah, because we were trying to find different places to get the higher protein. And I'm like, that's just ridiculous. I was like, that's nuts.
You're like, we're going to kill all the birds. I'm like, no, we'll keep looking.
So I found a little feed mill store. Basically, it's really local to us. And we were buying from them. But then
they couldn't get stuff in.
They weren't getting stuff in. So I decided just to go to the source because they're really close to us. So we go to Prince Feeds and we set up a wholesale account with them. And we just put stuff in back order when it's not available, and we are actually able to get our feed now. So
they're actually really good to work with. Like they'll check in, like, hey, you know, did you get your order okay? Do you need to restock and anything? Like they check in on us and stuff. But
they call you?
Yeah.
Oh, they never call. I'm like, I don't get those calls. I'm like, what are you talking about? So the rep actually calls you. and talks. Oh,
Yeah.
I need to talk to him because I want to set up.
I can switch it to you because you do.
Well, some of our information's wrong in the thing, and I can't change it on the website. And
their website's kind of junky, but yeah, as far as like the farm and fleet versus fleet farm, it's funny because here, I think in Appleton, there's both, and
there's a Blaine's Farm and Fleet, and then
a Mills Fleet Farm. And one time I remember my mom, my grandma, and I were supposed to meet my aunt at Fleet Farm or Farm and Fleet. I don't remember. So we went to the one, but my aunt meant the other one. So we're like, where are you? You know, like, and we couldn't find my aunt. And she's like, yeah, I'm at Fleet Farm. And we're like, well, we're at Farm and Fleet. It's like, it was really funny. While we're waiting, Homestead said, we also switch our rabbits to Calmback 16%. It is $14 for 50 pounds. How much do we pay for our rabbit feed? I don't even know what brand that is.
I don't know. We were
right
using
the Purina, not Showbird.
Yeah. We were using the print. That stuff was expensive. So that was from the other feed mill, Jmar or whatever place. And that was like $27 for 50 pounds. And it was 16%. But then Prince started selling stuff. The stuff that we have now is organic, and I paid a lot of money for that too. It was like $18 for 50-pound bag, but it's organic feed. And then the stuff I just ordered, I think, is really cheap. And it's like $10 for 50 pounds.
Well, I hope it's not.
It's supposed to, like, I looked at the tag and stuff. It's good.
Yeah.
It looks good. I don't know. We'll see what it is.
I would say sometimes you need to like see it, especially like the rabbit feed. Like sometimes like looking at it, you're like, okay.
Yeah, you can tell it has more alfalfa in it.
Yeah, it looks
like
good.
If it's like fresh and it actually has the smell.
That smell. I love that smell. But like even the quail and like chicken food and stuff, like I noticed that like sometimes you'll see like bits of the corn and the grain in there and stuff, and like the cheaper ones you don't, like it just looks like
there's dust. Like more fillers and stuff.
Yeah. Dale said, question, how much hay would I need for 9 rabbits 6 months worth?
Depends on how much you supplement the hay with the feed, whatever, what I mean.
Yeah, well, and if it's the first cut or second cut, all that matters too, because I forgot what it is. The second cut is really the best because it's more balanced as far as like the fiber and protein. That's what we have in our garage now. We have 2 big bales.
Yeah.
The other stuff.
The other stuff was the first cutting, and we've gone through that. I can't give you an exact number of how much you need because it really is depending on how much you supplement versus the food and how much you really feed, and if you free choice your food or if you strictly give them a cup or less than a cup a day, depending on the rabbit. Some they just don't need as much.
Well, like Galaxy, he is like obsessed with hay.
Yeah, he loves. We have a video on our YouTube. It's called Galaxy's Heyday. It's awesome. It's a short video.
He's a big character. He's got a big character.
But, we went through the small bale of hay on our deck here. Now it's been, I think, 2.5 months, and we have, how many rabbits do we have now? 6?
5. But 2 are mini racks, so they're very small.
Yeah.
The 2 silver fox, when we got them, they were just juniors, so they weren't very large. And now the creme de argent that we have, she's a junior, and then I'm actually supposed to be getting a buck on October 16th from a gentleman here that's really well known for creme de argents and having like really high quality. But now they found that RHDV2 or whatever disease in Minneapolis, which is 179 miles from us, and in a 125-mile radius, you're not supposed to buy, sell, move, go to shows or anything with rabbits because this disease is very like contagious and stuff. So technically we're outside that radius, so we should be okay. And I was talking to Tiffany from Tealstone Homestead because she's been into rabbits a lot longer, and she said, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. She said, of course, quarantine like you would any rabbit, like you should anyhow normally. And I was like, oh, like 14 days, because that's usually like what we do for chickens. And she said that she does 30. So I was going to do a 30-day quarantine, and she said we should be good. But I haven't talked to this breeder since this like outbreak or whatever was announced. So I'm hoping he'll still be comfortable selling us that buck, because I really want that buck. So Chuck is here. Chuck is in the house. Yonk, like honk. Hello. Chad says, for adult birds, I use Ranch Pro Game Bird Ration, $16.99 for 40-pound bag at Atwoods. Interesting. I don't know what an Atwoods is or a Ranch Pro, but hopefully somebody...
I'm assuming it's a store.
Well, yeah. I'm hoping maybe somebody else on can benefit from that information. Thank you. Everybody's saying hi to Mr. Chuck here.
Mr. Chuck, Mr. Yonk.
Chuck Junk. I don't know. And then
he'll comment and say, Mr. Yonk was my father.
Oh my gosh. While we're waiting, Homestead said, then we also get layer crumbles for $13, 50 pounds. That's really good.
Clicking on so many things. You're like making the screen sick.
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Making the screen sick, or
you're making me sick? It keeps flashing in the corner of my eye.
Is it making you guys sick?
I'm sure it is. Just say yes.
Oh my goodness. Berna said that her incubator can hold 120, but I'm doing no more than 60 at a time. Yeah, I've noticed it seems like when you have them packed in there super tight, I don't know. I don't know.
Depends on the incubator.
Yeah. Because when we were using the styrofoam one, like when we first got started, the tighter you packed them in there, the worse it was. But our cabinet incubator doesn't seem to make a difference.
The more eggs you have in there and more heat it holds, then it should have less fluctuations.
I think it's because the fan was garbage.
Yeah, well, that one incubator was really bad. I know, it's like luck of the draw with the styrofoam incubators. Mm-hmm. Some are really good and some are eh.
Our first one, I think, was a Farm Innovators, and I've had people like with wonderful luck with the Farm Innovators. I returned it because I had it at 106 degrees, like on the incubator, on the gauge thing. But it was only like 98 degrees with my other, I had like 2 or 3 thermometers in there, and they all said it was like 98 degrees, like pretty close. And I'm like, there's no way.
I had a thermometer in there that I hooked up to our smart home, and
yeah,
that was always reading pretty low. It was reading like the other ones were.
And it started getting like really loud. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I returned that, and we got a GQF Hovabator with the, forced air turner, the whole kit and caboodle. And those were really good for us. That was when things really turned around for us. And then I was struggling still a little bit with humidity, like when we were putting them into lockdown. So then I was talking with Zach, and he's like, hey, just try putting like a bath towel around it. And by golly, that was the trick. Like, that's what we needed. So, and then we got some nurture rights. And honestly, for a beginner, even though the nurture rights don't hold as many as the styrofoam incubators, I think I would rather buy 2 nurture rights to get the capacity of 1 styrofoam. That's just me. But yeah. Everybody's saying hello to Chuck. While we're waiting, Homestead said, we are blessed to live in the same place as the Kalmbach feed mill. That's awesome.
That's cool.
I'm jelly. Totes jelly. Yeah, Jasmine said too, you're so lucky. Bill said, do you specifications that Zach gave?
He took the specifications that Zach gave in his video for feed to the feed store, and they custom grinded for him with those specifications. He gets 550 pounds for $151, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty neat. Jasmine says, we live a minimum of 20 minutes to the nearest small feed store, but we have to drive 45 minutes to get the good feed. So I'm researching what we can grow and mill ourselves. A big project for the future.
Growing corn is fun.
Closer to sustainable living.
I was kind of doing that. So part of the reason we grew corn this year is that we could eat it and have corn this winter and stuff. But like a lot of it, I left on the stalks out there to like dry. But deer. They've eaten pretty much any corn that was left out there now and knocked all the stalks down.
And then we were gonna like give or sell some of the stalks.
Well, a guy at work wanted a couple bundles of the stalks for decorations, but I still have some. I know she wants some, bundle. But yeah,
I'll just let it go. But
I'm gonna give the guy at work his bundles, and that'll be about it.
Mm-hmm. They scared me really bad the one night, though.
The deer? I was putting the corn stalks.
The deer, because I was closing up the chicken barn, and all of a sudden there's like this rustling. Actually, you were outside on the porch, I think, because I came running into the gate. I'm like, oh my god, there's like a bear or coyote or something, and Brayden's like, probably some deer. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm like, oh my god, something's gonna eat me. Chad said, yeah, that'd be really cool, Jasmine. You should look into duckweed. We should look into duckweed. I don't know how to grow duckweed. Let's figure out. Oh. Bill says, I get Mad Rabbit food for $12.06 for 50 pounds. Wow. Deals Quail. So 25 bales would be fine for yes. Yeah. We buy straw in bulk and can get hay also tossed in. That's awesome. And honestly, like any extra, our quail love the hay and alfalfa and stuff too. They like burrow around in there, and like I think it makes them feel safe. And
that's quail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you have any extra, they would probably like it too. I probably wouldn't give it to your ducks because then it would get like wet and ugh.
Well, the quail do too. Like the poop mixes in it and it's gross.
Yeah, you're right. Hay plus moisture.
It's gross.
Jasmine says, some of my rabbits love to eat hay. Some prefer to hoard it for bedding or toilet space. I'm starting fodder, which is wheatgrass, inside for fresh options, supplemental only for the rabbits and birds. That's awesome. I've heard of people doing that, and I kind of want to try it.
I should just get the grow tent out and start growing other things.
Where are you going to put that?
Back in its spot. That's where it's going.
There's a bunch of feed bags over there right now. There's about, I don't know, 1 million pounds of feed over there.
Well,
approximately 1 million pounds.
Approximately a 1,000th of that.
Chuck saw your face.
No, I think that was referring to you.
Verna said, the incubator isn't the problem. My limit of room is. Oh, I hear you there. I'm like, hey, let's just build this quail barn. That'll be more than enough. I kind of wish we made it bigger.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't the quail barn at first. I was building
a turkey
barn / brooder room for her. And it turned into completely the quail barn.
Sorry, not sorry. You love the quail, though. It's kind of funny, though. So our quail barn is the same size of the stage that was at QuailCon. Okay, you didn't need to.
It's 2/3 the size of the stage that was at QuailCon.
Yeah. So there's this like, it was a decent sized stage. Like it was wonderful. But like sitting in front of Zach's, awesome quail castle. And like, I'm like, That's my quail barn, and that's his quail barn. It's just really funny. I mean, they've been doing it a lot longer and stuff, and like they obviously have way more birds than we do, but it was just kind of humbling. So I hope to have a barn that big someday. No, I was waiting for you to give me a
Yeah, a barn that big for my cars.
Bill said I should really start proofreading before I make a comment. LOL. You know, it wouldn't be so bad if I knew how to read and I could like figure things out, but I can't read or speak. Especially like, okay, if I had off of work or something, like it would be fine. But when I come home from work, like my brain is just like off, you know. So it's mostly my fault. I'm sorry. Verna says, I have 2 different styrofoam, Little Giant and Farm Innovators. I've heard really good things about the Little Giant, but I wasn't able to find one, or I didn't like the price or something. I can't remember. Chad said, Jasmine, do you have a YouTube channel? If not, you should. I agree, because that sounds awesome. She said, I do not. I can barely keep up with Instagram and Facebook. I have thought about it for a fleeting moment, though. Yes. I really struggle with, and I'm really thankful, like Brandon does a lot of our like editing and posting and stuff like that.
I do all the YouTube.
Yeah. I really wish I had more time to interact with everybody like on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. And like, actually thinking about Jasmine, did I even text you back? You sent me pictures of your quail. Like
Did she?
Mm-hmm. I hope I'm sorry if I didn't text back. I meant to. Yeah, I really struggle with like work and home and quail business and stuff, so it's definitely difficult. Wanda, Jasmine, isn't that feed only 15%? I got bait. It's not too hard. I will send you links on growing duckweed. I think I have them still because I think you sent them to me. And yes, Verna says she does it all in her apartment. Yeah, I think she gives the quail the bedroom and she sleeps out in the common area. The quail get the royal treatment. Jasmine, you seriously have awesome projects going. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Jasmine said, Wanda, are you talking about the wheat fodder? It's a little less than 14% in just the grass. If you feed at day 4 to 5, it is slightly higher. Sorry. And it provides higher calories / usable energy, hence supplemental. Awesome. Zach's feed. Jasmine said barley grass is higher protein, but I haven't been able to source barley seed at an affordable price.
Yeah, stuff's expensive.
All those people making beer, probably. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that beer is called a barley pop, so I assume there's a lot of barley in there. I don't know, you guys.
I won't get into it.
Sorry. Oh my gosh, it's 8:14 already. Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I have 16 people on. Hit the like button.
Yeah. I hope, yeah.
People like talking to you.
Yeah. I think so. Chuck said, I threw some duckweed in my goldfish koi pond, but it didn't reproduce. Well, what the heck? I'm sure Ed could give you some tips. You know, you can grow microgreens not only for yourself, but your quail as well. Yes, that's awesome. I just, again, time, like I wish I could. Like it's something I really want to do.
Do what?
Like microgreens and fodder. And
you want to grow stuff?
I need you to help me grow stuff. I need you to grow it for me.
You mean you want to kill some?
I'll start it and you keep it alive, okay?
Well, microgreens is kind of easy because about as long as you need to keep it alive as when you harvest.
Challenge accepted. We'll see. We'll see if it can hold up to my brown thumb. Oh, and then Wanda, I guess, was looking at Bill's comment for his feed, thinking it was only 15%. Berna, sprouting is easy. You only do it in a jar. Those are the microgreens I was talking about. Yeah, I could probably manage that. That's only a couple days, right?
Yeah, you basically.
I'll probably overwater like it or something. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've heard of people like sprouting stuff like in wet paper towel. What? Why are you looking at me like that? That's a thing.
No. Yeah. Your thing.
Yeah, that thing over there. Ed Got Bait said your koi probably ate it. That would make sense. Jasmine said, great chatting, friends. I gotta go. Hubby is finally home. Awesome. I appreciate all the awesome conversations in this community. Good night, all. Good night, Jasmine. Thanks for dropping by. Chad says, do anyone else's quail get excited and start jumping over each other? Yes. They're super cute, actually. Like, they'll come up to the front and like, our quail are pretty friendly.
Yeah, I was worried about the one quail hutch, them like jumping out and flying out, and the one decided to do it and escape. But other than that, they stay in there and they just kind of look at me, and they come up to the door and they want to be pet. It's weird, but that's cool.
When they walk, though, like, I always think of the like Walk Like an Egyptian song, and it's funny because there's Egyptian quail, but they kind of bob their heads, and like to me it looks like doesn't it to you? Like they look like they're like doing the Walk Like Egyptian walk thing. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Berna said it's better in jars. That way it doesn't take in the paper towel bits. Good to know. She's trying to help me keep something alive for a week. We'll see if I can do it.
Well, it's not keeping it alive. I mean, most plants take, 5 days or so to sprout.
Yeah. Have you met me? Ooh. Row S says, I sprout wheat berries for my quail. I bet they like that. Like a little sweet treat. Ed Got Bait said, fish, birds, cows, and the like will eat duckweed and some reptiles.
They eat reptiles?
I mean, probably, yes, that too.
I know he meant duckweed.
I know that's what he
reptiles will eat duckweed, but
Yeah, but I mean, the fish and birds probably eat some reptiles. Why not? Cut Kristen off.
I don't know what she's drinking.
No, it's just water with Starburst powder flavoring.
I need a whiskey sour.
I don't know what I want. Now I'm messing it up. Okay, well, I should probably be done. Well, I appreciate everybody stopping in. Like, I like that we can like talk and chat, and it's like a little more laid back and stuff. And I hope that this community continues to grow, and I hope that people take away from it. And I know some people like watch the replays and stuff too, so
yeah,
it's awesome.
Sleepy time tea.
No, I definitely don't need that. I'm tired.
Yeah, I am too.
Vernon said, we're all quail family. Yes, definitely. Yeah, I just really want to, make sure that everybody feels welcome and not embarrassed to ask questions or anything. I know some people kind of seem like they get frustrated with the newbies asking the same questions and stuff, but like, I don't know, I don't mind it because like I was that person at one time too, We found that out at QuailCon. Yes. Chad said, thanks for tolerating my questions. No, like
all questions are welcome.
Yes.
I love interacting with you guys. Like I said, you're my friends I don't have.
Okay, I'm making everybody feel like guilting people into like talking to you or something.
Guilt into talking. No, it's just it's great. I love talking to you guys and asking questions. You can message us on Facebook too, or in the comments here. And
it's really fun to like you know, like Jasmine, for instance, I know she logged off now, but like seeing her progress and like move on with her farm and all that, like it's really cool to like see people's their journeys, and like knowing that I was like helping part of that. That's neat, you know. Only stupid questions are the ones that are never asked. True dat, Verna.
That's very true.
Yes. Ed said, we've all been newbies at one time or another. Right. And like if somebody was a jerk to you, would you be doing it? Probably still, yeah. But it may have discouraged some people. And like, who is that going to help? Like, we're not competing. Like, I just want to share. Everybody needs quail. Okay. That's all I want is everybody needs quail. Chuck said, if I lived in Wisconsin, I'd hang with you, Brandon. Aww.
Thanks. I'd hang with you too.
If you ever come up this way for vacation or something, I'm sure Brandon can show you some breweries or distilleries. We actually have a really good distillery not too far away, and they do excellent tours. You pay like $10 or something, and you get a drink with it, and it is strong.
And
then you get samples. And they're not samples. They're like shots. They basically give you, the samples are like shots.
Yeah.
And by the time you get to the end of the tour, you're like, whew, boy.
But they have a bar in there and everything, and they make really good drinks. It's a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of backyard distilleries too. So I've been told.
Anywho. Verna said, I just need a house with a 1/4 acre. Yeah, you don't need a lot.
Basically what we got. It's a little more than a 1/4 acre, but yeah.
Verna said, I yell at the jerks and delete them. Yes. So Swanson said, the search feature on Facebook is not all it's cracked up to be. I know that, and I'm computer literate. I don't mind repeat questions. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, that feature is not. It definitely needs some work.
Yeah, it sucks. Like you can't search for anything in the.
It's not the worst thing in the world. Like,
no,
it's decent, but just posting your individual question and your individual situation and like getting an answer, like that's what people need. You know. Yep. Chuck says he has family in Iowa. See, you just got to make a little jog up this way.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. S.O. Swanson said cookout in Wisconsin.
Sure. That works. We can all get out and get together and cook quail and rabbit.
And corn. Lots of corn. And squash.
I still have to pick all the rest of the acorn squash. I have lots of acorn squash out there.
Yeah, if the deer didn't eat it.
They've been leaving that alone.
Oh, they ate my green pumpkin. My one green pumpkin.
Well, yeah, they love the pumpkin blossoms.
Well, they like the pumpkin too.
And the pumpkin, yeah.
They ate a big old chunk, apparently.
Yeah.
It was my one green pumpkin, though.
The deer eat pumpkins.
I just wanted one.
I know. We'll plant more next year.
Yeah. And take care of them.
Yeah.
Steve says, you have a 1/4 acre more than I do. Yeah, it's hard. Like, land and real estate right now is just ridiculous, honestly. Jordan said, question, is sand bad for 1 week quail? I was told it strengthens legs, but they confuse it with food. They go into grow up pens and wanted to strengthen their feet. Sand on week 2. What about rice hulls? I would not do sand at anything before probably 3 or 4 weeks until they're fully feathered. Sand is usually like more cold. Like it's not going to help them regulate their body temperature, and if they're not fully feathered, they're not very good at that as it is. If you're wanting something to make sure that they have good grip, we were using pine shavings, or I know some folks use we use the blue shop towels on wire or in the bins. That works really good. But yeah, they can confuse the sand with food, and then it gets stuck in their crop. So
it doesn't hurt them as adults. I mean, they need that grip.
Yeah, it's good for them because it helps break down what's in their crop. So Jordan said, I currently have them on thick pine shavings. Yeah, that's good.
That's what a lot of people use. That works well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Keeps the smell down for a couple days. And
And it's good grippiness. Richard Brown says, does it take jumbos longer to start getting fertile eggs from?
It shouldn't.
I wouldn't think so. I haven't noticed. Ours don't.
Verna says her jumbos lay anywhere from 5 to 6 weeks of age. So,
and that's what our standards do too. They seem to mature about the same time. The biggest difference between the jumbos and standards, I'd say, is just that meat size. Like ours are ready to butcher by 8 weeks. If we wait till 10 weeks, they do get a little more weight on them, but we found that it's not enough. Like if they're going to be just for consumption, the amount of feed and time and stuff we're putting into them for those 2 extra weeks, that extra 2 weeks of weight isn't worth it. So 8 weeks seems to be the sweet spot for us for the jumbos. So was that my stomach? It was like, ooh. It sounded like a whale. Oh my gosh, it's so weird.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
She must be drinking.
I'm not, I swear. It's just water, flavored water. Jordan said, what is your opinion? Colony laying 10 females to 2 males or 12 females to 2 or 3 males? 13 females to 2 males. That's a lot of numbers. Okay, give me a second. I'd say the 10 females to 2 males would be good for like fertility.
I say I would actually do the 12 to 3 males. But
I probably wouldn't do the 13 to 2 though. That'd be, I feel like, too many females. I'd say like the 10 to 2 or the 12 to 2.
Depends on what you're looking for.
Right. Like, are you looking?
I mean, if you're selling them and selling the eggs and you want the fertility rates to be high, then yeah, you need the 3 to 12. But if you're just doing it for yourself, the 2 to 10 is perfectly fine. Even 2 to 12 is perfectly fine. You'll still get a decent fertility rate on those. And, you know, if you're just doing it for yourself, it doesn't matter.
Richard said, thinking about quail meat. Yes. Verna brings up a good point, though. She said that would depend on the males. If you have a feisty male, it could work over 6 hens. That's true. Ours, I don't want to say that they're mellow because they're not like lazy and like lethargic or anything either, but they're not like our males are not aggressive. And like if we have an aggressive one, like we don't even actually give them a second chance. Like I was telling Tiffany, because she has quail and one got scalped. And she asked, like what to do with it. And I was like, honestly, we call, you can try again, but we don't deal with aggression like at all. Like you scalp somebody, you're gone. So one strike and you're out.
I think you skipped Berna's other question.
Oh, sorry.
Comment.
Oh, I'm sorry, Berna. Either way, if you process the birds using the skinning method, you lose half the weight in feather. Oh, you lose half the weight in feathers, head, guts, and spines. That's true. And then she said, it isn't aggression, is how they wear out the hens.
That's what she was referring to.
Oh, I see.
Having a very happy male that can get around, service all the females.
Got it. If he's very active. Got it. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Chad said my males are always kung fu fighting. Da, 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 da. That was one of my favorite songs to play in Pep Band.
Nerd.
I was a band geek, not a nerd. I was a choir nerd and a band geek.
You're a geek. Nerd.
All right. Well, a Cobra Kai. Yes. I think we're going to wrap it up tonight, though. I'm super tired and my eyes are crossing. I can't read. I wasn't able to read when we even started this, to be fair, but
hit the like button. Thank you.
Like, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
We
greatly appreciate it. Have a good night. Bye.
Good night.